Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to a special edition of Creative Conversations with Dr. C. Today we have a special guest that I want to introduce you to you. Her name is Miss Armoni Allen. And Miss Allen is the youngest author on the Allure publishing platform. So I wanted you all to meet her personally and let her tell you about her new book that is out in stores as of November the 22nd. And just want to just give you kudos as well too. Prior to going to release, your book went global and it was purchased in the United Kingdom before the actual release date of November 22nd. So, congratulations to you. So, we're going to get into this beautiful conversation with Miss Armoni Allen, and she'll be able to give you some insight about who she is, how old she is, and what her book is about. So, well, hello, Miss Armoni Allen. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am great. Thank you for asking. So, you are on Creative Conversations with Dr. C, and I told the audience that you are the youngest author on the Allure platform. And can you tell the audience, the audience, how old you are?
I'm 8 years old.
You are 8. Wow. She is 8, guys. She is 8 years old. So, she is truly the youngest author on Allure's platform. Were you gonna say something, Miss Armani? Okay. So tell the audience about first off, tell the audience the name of your book.
My name of my book is called of Armani's Adventure with Asthma.
Armani's Adventures with Asthma. All right, all right. So can you tell the audience what that book is about and why did you decide you want to write that book?
First, this book is about how how me
Mhm.
goes through asthma.
So what you going go through as being an asthmatic or someone who suffers from asthma.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So tell the audience, what is asthma?
Asthma is when your
Mm-hmm.
lungs um like shut off,
Mm-hmm.
kinda like
Mm-hmm.
close up,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't breathe and you panic,
Mm-hmm.
kinda.
Mm-hmm. So in essence, you are short of breath,
Yes.
and that's because the air cannot get to your lungs.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and you were diagnosed really early, like at what age?
2 years old.
Okay, so you were diagnosed at 2. So that's interesting because I was diagnosed at 25. So that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you were born with it. You can develop it over years. So I was diagnosed at 25, so that was late. But anyway, so how do you feel when you actually are going through an asthma attack? What does it feel like?
It feels like you're ant and somebody's trying to crush you.
Wow. So you feel like a little ant and somebody's trying to crush you.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting because I know when I've had my asthma attacks, it feels as if an elephant is sitting on my chest and I cannot breathe. I get to panicking, I get to sweating, I get to crying. I'm just gasping for air. Do you feel the same way?
Yes.
Oh wow. So you were diagnosed at 2. I was diagnosed at 25. So do you go to the doctor a lot for your asthma? And what triggers your asthma attacks?
Yes, I definitely do go to the doctor a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and what triggers my asthma is when I'm running,
Mm-hmm.
or if I'm breathe like it depends
Mm-hmm.
if I'm like freaking out
If you're freaking out,
about
wow.
something or anything was happening on. I'll hold my hand. I'll be like,
Are you scared?
I'll not really. I'll be I'll be breathing just deeply,
Mm-hmm.
just
Trying to catch your breath.
yes.
Do you take medicine for your asthma?
Oh yes, I do.
What do you take? Do you have like I know I have an inhaler. Do you have an inhaler?
Yes.
Okay. And do you also do I know at one time I had a machine. Do you have a machine at home as well
Yes, I
too?
do.
And what does that machine do for you?
It helps my lungs open up and medicine can get to it.
Oh, okay. So you put medicine in a tube?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to put a mask on too?
Yeah.
And so you have to breathe in that medicine in order for your lungs to open up.
Yes.
Okay. So in essence, what she's talking about is a solution that you put into the machine, and the machine breathes a mist into your lungs, and you breathe in through a mask in order for it's actually steroids that opens up your lungs in order for you to be able to breathe. So yeah, I've had that happen too. I also have had to take pills for it too as well too. So now this is we've um, actually celebrated Thanksgiving, so we're in the winter months. Do you find in the winter months that you get sick more often, or do you get sick more often in the summertime?
Sick more often in the it depends though.
Uh-huh.
Mostly inside the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes inside the wintertime because
Mm-hmm.
I usually get sick from the how cold it is
Mm-hmm.
and I'll build up sorry build up like mucus.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So in essence, your asthma's can be triggered by you being sick. So if you get a
Yeah.
cold, yeah. So I get that too. So we try to keep you uh, well so that you won't get sick. So that won't trigger your asthma. Yeah, I get it. So the last time you've had your asthma attack, what I know was it during the summertime, correct?
Yes.
And what were you doing when you had your asthma attack?
So actually, I was in first grade, and I was inside a commute like a daycare,
Mm-hmm.
and we was doing like a kind of PE thing,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to run. And my daycare teacher did not know I had asthma,
Oh, okay.
and so I was running, and I had to sit out because I was breathing hard, and I couldn't control my breathing, and my mom was at work
Mm-hmm.
and my other grandma,
Mm-hmm.
she comes super quick
Mm-hmm.
because my mom cannot come
Uh-huh.
because she was at work,
Mm-hmm.
and she called the hospital to come to me because I couldn't.
The ambulance.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't come
Mm-hmm.
because I was weak a little.
You was tired and weak. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they gave me
Mm-hmm.
oxygen tube thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah,
So that was scary,
yeah,
huh?
it was very scary.
Yeah.
And my daycare teacher did not allow me to do like recess anymore.
Because she was
And
scared, huh?
yeah, and
Yeah.
no social activity.
Couldn't do any activities.
No.
So the essence of the story is pretty much you when it gets hot outside, you have to limit how much you run and play because that that doesn't allow for a lot of the um, oxygen to get to your lungs. So you have to kind of limit what you do,
Yes.
like a lot of running.
Yeah.
Okay. But that doesn't define who you are, right? You still get a chance to do a lot of more things,
Yes,
right?
and I was very secure how she was treating me because I really wanted to do recess and
Mm-hmm.
do actual social activities, especially PE time. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do that.
So
I had to
that
sit
limit,
out.
you had to sit out. No, that didn't that made you sad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No social skills. You wanted to and engage with the other kids and play with the other kids, but you couldn't do
Yes.
it.
It was very sad.
It made you sad.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're now older now. You're now in what grade?
Third grade.
You're in the third grade. Wow. Okay. So now that experience at in first grade kind of kind of lend the your experience as to what to do as you've gotten older. So now we know that you can't do a whole lot of running when it's hot outside. You have to take breaks and drink a lot of fluid so you won't be dehydrated. Because if you get dehydrated, what happens to your lungs?
It will dry out.
So and that causes you not to be able to breathe, right?
Yes.
So do you take your inhaler? We call them rescue inhalers. Do you take that with you? Or do you take it with you, but you also have one at school, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, but you always keep your inhaler with you just in case.
Yes.
Like when you go on vacations and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case.
If I have an unalarmed asthma attack, something can't breathe. Yeah.
That's good. At least you know you've been doing this since you were about 2-3 years old, so you kind of got it down pat, huh? Pretty much, right? Okay. All right. So now that we know that your book is about your asthma, so I know you go to the doctor quite frequently, right? So do you like your doctor?
Yes, I do.
You do.
And to see, I mean, indeed.
And who? You say yes indeed. Yes. Okay. Oh yes indeed. So now that we have people that are listening, we want to make sure that we have a lot of probably young listeners that are listening to your interview. So can you tell the younger audience what you told me about your doctor, that you didn't want people to be what? Afraid?
To be afraid, because your doctor can help you, and do not be afraid because you can get better, and everybody wants to get better.
Everybody wants to get better, right? So at 8 years old, you're blossoming into a young lady, and so you want to be able to be a part of all the different activities at school and stuff. So as you in the book, I read a little bit about your best friend. What's her name?
Her name is Milani.
So Milani is a part of this adventure as well too.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So I guess my question to you is, as an 8-year-old author, what else do you do outside of writing? What else do you like to do?
I sometimes like to write poems and pictures.
You like drawing?
I like drawing with pictures, so it can match my poems. And sometimes I like to write limericks, big word.
Limericks, big word. Oh, well, tell the people what is limericks.
It's a limerick is a poem that the first the last word in the sentence rhymes with the second word and the last two words.
Okay.
And the two middle words rhymes, but it's a different rhyme.
Okay. So it sounds like you not only do you write children's book for people who have asthmas, and now you're talking about writing books
about bullying.
You're gonna write a book about bullying too? I was gonna say poems. So you're gonna do a one about bullying and then poems too? Oh my God, y'all heard it first. She said she gonna do multiple books. So this first book is just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. So we got this asthma book. Now we got something about bullying that's coming, and soon we're gonna have something that talks about your poems, which is cool. So again, I just wanted to bring you out and with your first interview. But can you tell the people where your book is? I think we saw it at Barnes and Nobles,
Amazon, Walmart, and something else.
Walmart. So we have Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, Books A Million. I believe it's on Books A Million, but you can also get it out on allurepublishing.net. Yes, and so we want to make sure that you all go out and support Miss Armoni at 8 years old. I'm spreading this message about asthma, but we know that your asthma does not define who who Armoni is, correct?
Yes, correct.
That's right. So Armoni has many things that she's going to be doing, and I am so grateful to be a part of her journey as a author. And I cannot wait to see what impact you have on this literary world. But also, again, let's show the book, and I'm going to show at the end of this interview, we're going to also show the full effect of this book. You want to hold it up for the people?
Yes.
Can you? Yep. So that is, bring it over just a little bit. Yep. So that is the book, Armoni's Adventure with Asthma. Again, you can get this book at Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Books a Million, Walmart, as well as allurepublishing.net. If you go out on allurepublishing.net and request this book, we will send you a nice little goodie bag just to tell you thank you for supporting Miss Armoni. We're looking to partner with Pediatric Asthma Society to give some proceeds back to support newly diagnosed asthmatics in our area. So again, please go out and support Miss Armoni in this new work that she's doing and spreading the word at 8 years old about her journey and navigating through the world of being an asthma. As an asthmatic myself at 25, I can understand the challenges that being an asthmatic can be, but it feels different when you got a young person talking about that journey. But I am super, super proud of Miss Armoni. You can take it down so they can see your beautiful face. I'm super, super proud of her and wanted to share her story. I always say, who better to tell their story but yourself? So she is at 8 doing that, sharing her story. So do you have anything you want to tell the audience before we leave off this live podcast? What do you want to tell them?
And
you're about to lose your hat.
And you know how she mentioned like my friend, she really helps me go through my journey because she supports me. She cares. She just if I can't breathe, she was like, "You need some water? Are you okay?" She did not be like, yeah, blah. Okay, let me just go somewhere. Let me just call your mom. She helps. She knows what to do.
She knows what to do. Okay.
She definitely do.
So she is a good friend. So that's Milani, huh?
Yeah.
So that's good. So you have some support, not only with your family, but with your friends, which is great because you never know when an asthma attack might come on. It could be triggered by anything, right? So that's good that you have the support of your best friend. That supports you, not only supports you through this journey and navigation, but also the support of your family, which is important as well too. I always say, the support is a must in order for you to get through whatever you're going through. As I said, as the youngest author of Allure Publishing, I am super proud of you, and I am just eager to see what footprints you're going to leave in as an author. So what else did you want to tell the audience about you as outside of being an author? What else you want to talk to them about or tell them about you?
I want them to know that even know that you have like that is hard in school. It's hard. That do not mean that you don't matter. You matter, and people care.
People care.
No, don't ever say nobody cares. People care. You care. Think of somebody else. Your friends care. Your teacher care. Your family care. Your parents care. Everybody care. People care about you.
Oh.
People love you.
Oh, wow.
Just listen. Don't ignore the people who is negative.
Don't be listening to the people that are negative. You're right, because there's a lot of people out there that can be negative. So I can see why you're trying, that you said you want to write a book about bullying, because you have some negative people out there. So lots of negative people. But as long as you have good friends like Milani, who cares about you, and your parents that care about you, and your family that cares about you, you can master and do whatever you want to do. Do you think that's true? You do? Okay. So you've done probably more than a lot of 8-year-olds. You wrote your first book at 8, and you went global before, which global before your book even actually released on November 22nd. So I think 2 days after your book went into pre-release, you actually sold in the United Kingdom. So that is amazing at 8. So that's kudos to you. So congrats to you on that. But again, as your publisher, but also as your, what am I to you?
Mimi.
Her Mimi, other known as being her grandmother. I am super, super proud of you. I'm truly in awe of what you've done in this book, and shedding light on what you go through as being an asthmatic. But I also want you to continue to strive to be the best at what you do, and know that your grandma or your Mimi is here to support you in all that you do. So is there anything else that you want to tell the audience before we get off this live?
Yes.
What else you got? One more thing? What else you got?
One more thing.
Okay, what else you got?
Even though, like, out of this, all of this, even though that even though that even though that you sometimes get your tests not good, it's like a thing. Even though that you not exceed,
you didn't succeed, okay,
your test, that do not mean you can success your it's
take your time. It's okay.
Even though it's like not tests, but like even though that you
didn't do very well
in a part of your life, that do not mean that you can success in your life. It means that you can always success even though you make mistakes.
Oh, okay. So even though you've made mistake, doesn't mean that that's going to determine what you're going to do in the future.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. That sounds like some words of advice for a whole lot of people, not just somebody at 8, but even adults. So that's some great advice. That's just like you were telling me that it's important that the kids know that their doctors are there to help them, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's good. That's good advice, girl. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. The other thing that I wanted to mention too in this book, at the end, at the back of this book, you want to tell them what's in the back of this book?
Yeah.
What's in the back of the book? You got a couple things in the back of the book that we thought was a must. So there's questions at the back of the book that we thought was important that we put in. Why did we put the questions at the back of the book?
So like kids or like grown-ups, it could be either way. So kids can like make sure that like paying attention and knowing not serious, but like details that was inside the book.
Oh, okay. All right. So what she said was basically we wanted to make sure we put questions in the back of the book to ensure that that the children were actually paying attention to what was being read to them, or if what they read they understood and was able to answer those questions. Not very hard questions, but questions that are very easy to relate to. But also to we have a little bit of a corner in the back of the book. The last page of the book is at Armoni's advice, and it talks about what did we say we talked about?
You do not have to be afraid to go to the doctor
because they're there to help you.
Yes.
So also just words of wisdom from her as the author, giving advice to the younger kids that are reading this book, so they'll know that even though she's gone through this journey, and a lot of kids have gone to doctors plenty of times, but remembering that your doctor is there to help you navigate through whatever that might be, whether it be asthma, whether it be bronchitis, whatever ailment they might be going through. Their doctors are there to help them. Bronchitis is another form of breathing illness. So other than that, I think we kind of covered everything. What else did you want to say?
On
the what?
I was gonna say it's very nice illustration, and they put good detail and just good detail.
Yeah, good details. Okay. I think the other thing that she actually told me when we were looking at the illustrations for the book, she wanted it to be diverse characters in the book, and she wanted to also make sure that the character represented her, which is great. But also too, you want what you sound like you want to say something else. You sure?
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
I was going to read the back, but I was just waiting until you finish.
Oh, okay. So she wants to read the back of the book, so I'm gonna let her read the back of the book. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Do you want me to help you? You want to do it yourself? You sure? Okay, go ahead.
Join Armoni as she navigates the world through her lens. First stop coping with the challenges of being
asthmatic. Okay, I'm sorry. Say it. Go ahead and say it.
I'm gonna read it again.
Okay, go ahead and read it again. I'm sorry.
Joy already as she navigates the world through her lens. First stop coping. I'm reading. This is the last time.
This is the last time. Okay, this is her last time, guys. 3 times in the charm. Asthmatic.
Okay. Join Armoni as she navigates the world through her lens. First stop coping through the challenges of being asthmatic.
Yes, asthmatic. She got it, y'all. She got it. Well, again, we really want you to take the time to read the books to your children. This book is for anybody from birth to 12 years old or even above. So again, the book is out at Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Books A Million, Walmart, and of course, allurepublishing.net. Again, we will be trying to partner with the Pediatric Asthma Society in our area, hoping to give some of the proceeds of the sale of this book to some newly diagnosed children who have been diagnosed with asthma. So that's pretty much all we have tonight. We wanted to get out here to allow Armoni to tell her story and let you all be able to see her face, silly Willy, be able to see her face and know that this face you will see soon somewhere in the public, potentially doing some autographs and telling her story. So again, as I've always said, when before getting off this live, it's important that you always continue to check on your strong people, because your strong people do fall. They need to know, as Miss Armani said, that they know that they need to be heard, but also know that they are loved. Give them encouraging words so that they can know that they mean something to someone, like her friend Milani does. Having encouraging words to be able to uplift them when you got some people in their ear being naysayers. So before we get off, as always, be good to each other, take care of each other, love each other. Until next time. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful upcoming week. And again, I love you, and we'll see you soon.